to New York!
My first time in America. Ellis Island.
Yes!
I came here 2 days ago.
Yes, Statue of Liberty! New York!
It is, right?
Yeah. Wow, I literally feel like I'm in China. We're in Queens, Flushing, Queens, and we're getting street food before dinner because everyone is taking so long, and we're hungry.
We're in line. We're getting green onion pancakes. Oh, hello! Show them your Toto food. Wow.
It stinks.
It just stinks.
It look good though. Food tour. Post dinner, I'm so tired. Our family's taking photos.
I'm having oranges and they're actually hidden. That's the only good thing, but they
I'm really jet lagged. So right now I'm on the way to see The Great Gatsby on Broadway. I'm taking myself on a little solo date and I'm out of breath because I'm late. I think I'm gonna get there like exactly on time. So I'm speed walking and I'm so thirsty. I need water. I'm like, oh, really, I'm really walking to New York minute. So yeah, hopefully it'll be so much fun. I've listened to the soundtrack. I love it. So get into it. Ooh.
Bye.
We just bodied that halal food. Now we're trying these Trader Joe's heart-shaped macaroons.
Nice. How many come in one?
For Valentine's Day, because you're my Valentine.
Okay, let's try.
And these
Have flavors. Hold on. Oh, vanilla cream with strawberry center and raspberry cream. I think this is probably raspberry.
Yes. Okay, let's try one. I'll take a bite and then.
Cheers. I love macarons.
These are very cute. They're really cute. Ready? Wait.
I wish that it wasn't as hard, but it's
I kind of like that it's hard.
good.
The feeling's really good. Okay, let's try one of these. Pink. Raspberry cream. Or
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Not gonna lie, they kind of taste the same, but they're good.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think I like this one better. Okay, so tell them what you did today.
I went to work, clocked in, did my shit, mind my business, clocked the out. Some can't relate.
I saw my friend Ina and caught up with her. Had a lovely time. Then I went to go see The Great Gatsby on Broadway, and I loved it.
These are fire.
I'm hyper fixated on a sandwich from Paris Baguette right now. It's a basic ham and Swiss sandwich with
You can
Dijon
probably make it
mustard.
yourself.
100%. But I'm so obsessed with it. I got it yesterday, I got it again today. And then, I went to Muji. I need to go show you my haul later. You know, I love Muji. They don't have Muji in California though.
Muji. Do you have an equivalent of Muji in LA?
I think like
Because Daiso is not.
Daiso's
Daiso's
not.
like Miniso.
We don't. I don't know why there's no Mujis out there.
Yeah, I would think that.
Muji, if you watching this, bring it back.
Wait, you had one before?
I think we did. I feel like we did. I don't remember.
I feel like Muji would be in.
The Asians in SoCal would love it. Think about that, Muji. Think about that. Anyways. Good night.
Bye. Her.
We're having a sleepover. And it's so comfy in here.
Oh.
Oh. What?
Yeah. Okay. Tea.
To today is just another work day from home. I am back at my parents' house. For the weekend I was staying at my cousin's place and hanging out with her. So now we're back here and I went out to get a coffee from the deli. And it's so nice. I love a good deli coffee. I feel like people who are really into coffee might not like it, but it's just like very quick and cheap. Like I don't think you could find a good coffee in LA for like $2 or $1. So I love my little coffee from my local deli. But yeah, so we're working from home today. To be honest, right now there's not much to do. They're kind of giving me some organizational tasks and things to do, which I'm totally fine with because I get to just like lock in and listen to music or whatever. But I think I'm going to do some journaling as well. So I have these little notebooks, which I bought a traveler's journal that's kind of like the Louise Carmen journal off of Etsy because it's like way cheaper. And the whole thing is you get to put like multiple journals in there. And I have one for media. And this like the system just really helps me categorize my thoughts. And I think I'm someone who thinks so much and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna turn that into something and I never turn it into anything. So with these notebooks, I have one for like my goals, one to talk about media and one to talk about, what was the other one? Oh, like my creative work and my ideas and things like that. And the media one is mostly for, it's honestly, because I think now that we're older, we don't really have the means of critically thinking the way that we did when we were like in high school, where like we were forced to think about things in a certain light. Like we would read books and have to explain why we like them and have to delve into the ideas and the topics. Because I realized that a lot of times I read things and then like I'll recommend the book to someone, but say like a year passes by, my friend's like, oh, what was that about? I'm like, girl, I don't know. So the whole point of this is kind of to make me think more deeply into books and why I like them, or not even just books. I write about movies, soundtracks, albums, literally any media that I consume, I write about it. So like I have one, when I saw Baby Girl, I have one, at the end of each month, I want to start writing like my favorites of the month. So like songs that I really liked, shows that I was really into this month. Yeah, so I've done it with 2 books that I've read this year. I've done it with a soundtrack for The Great Gatsby musical because I listened to the soundtrack before I decided to go see the show. So today I think I'm gonna write my thoughts on the actual show and the musical, because obviously there's a lot that you don't see when you're just listening to a soundtrack. But yeah, I look forward to journaling now that I have this whole system, and I love it. And I think it helps me exercise my brain more than I do on a day-to-day basis otherwise. Like I'm really not critically thinking about the things that I consume. And even with things like Letterboxd, like I'm kind of just writing reviews that are funny. Like I'm not really thinking about themes and ideas and whatever. But yeah, and so off topic from the journaling thing, but this trip home, I've been thinking so much more about my relationship to New York City, because it's been sometimes hard for me to come back here. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes I come back and I'm like, I don't really want to be here. There were like a few years where like I didn't love coming home because of things going on with like family and things like that are tough to face sometimes. And it's very interesting because I don't think the only time I've lived back in New York City for an extended period of time since I went to college was during COVID. So like I went to school in Boston for 4 years, came home for 6 months during the COVID era, and then moved to LA. So I really have not lived in New York for that long, since I was like 17. To be honest, I would love for one day for me to have a job where I can kind of come back here and stay for a few months and experience life here as an adult. But it's very interesting because I think a lot of people, I mean, there's pros and cons obviously of being from here, and I absolutely love being from here. I would not have traded it for the world. It was such a unique experience. I feel like I matured way faster. I've seen people from so many different walks of life. I've experienced so many different things. But yeah, I just like love how culturally diverse it is and how many different things you can experience. I feel like I'm just repeating myself at this point. But on the downside though, I do feel like it's very interesting coming from a place where so many people love to go to and visit and move to, which is interesting because I also did that with LA. Like I am an LA transplant. But I think the pros of being from a small town is you can kind of go home and you feel like you're back at where you were, you're 15. You kind of go back to that little time capsule. You know, the same restaurants are there, the same people are there. It can be very comforting. And I think my thing with New York is sometimes I can go back to places that I really loved in high school, and like the coffee shops and the parks and the blocks that I love to walk down, like XYZ, whatever. And the gentrification is moving so rapidly to a point where I don't even feel at home in places that I used to really love. So sometimes it is difficult coming back and seeing how much places changed. I even had a friend who we were hanging out, she's from LA, and we were in Chinatown, and like half of my childhood was spent there because my parents worked there, and like all my lessons, my piano lessons were there. We'd spend our weekends there. Like I would call it like, I feel like there's a bunch of neighborhoods that I would claim because of how much time I spent in them. So like I'm a Brooklyn girl, but then I claim Chinatown, I claim Lower East Side because I spent so much time there. But one of my friends was like, oh, Chinatown kind of feels like Silver Lake. And I was like, what? Like, that's crazy. But then we were kind of walking around and she had a point because of how many new like clothing, like bougie clothing stores and coffee shops and bars and restaurants are popping up there, which just makes me so sad because it's a safe haven for Chinese immigrants. And I feel like now it's getting gentrified to the point where it might not be that in a few years. And it just sucks. Like, sometimes I go back to places that I would usually feel so comforted by, and now I feel like I don't recognize it anymore. But more on that later. I think it is all too about the way that you think about things and see things. So yeah, I don't know. I just always have like very conflicting feelings about being home, but being home for Lunar New Year is amazing because I probably would have inserted the clip at this point, but I saw lion dancing, just walking around, and it makes me so happy and proud to be Chinese. And I guess growing up I really didn't feel that way, especially like hanging out in Chinatown so much. Like I really felt ashamed that was so much of my life, but now I think so differently about it and I love it. Like I genuinely saw the line dancing and I was like, do I move home? Do I come back? Because I love this. Like I love the culture there. I love my people. But yeah, long ass rant, like hello. Anyways, I'm gonna listen to Doechie's album because I thought about it and I love her, but I haven't listened to Alligator Bites Never Heals in full. So I need to listen to her because she's having such a moment. I'm so happy for her. She's been pounding the pavement for so long now, and that Grammy deserved. Love her. So yeah, talk to you later. I used to live in the basement of this home. I don't live there anymore.
You know, this is like Troy, right?
Yeah. Did you know I used to live in the basement of this home?
Did you actually?
Wait,
you
yeah, you didn't know that?
In this home?
Yeah, we all used to live in there, girl. What?
What? Why didn't we do that?
No, because why is pizza so expensive now? This was $3.75.
Really?
$3.75. No, because what? Like what? What?
We're getting the same. Imagine they're out.
Don't say that.
Ham, and she's. I wanna be next to you. Oh.
Don't play with me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Why are you touching that? I'm eating this in the box. It's so How do you believe they're being so good?
Is it good?
There's nothing like it.
Can I have a bite? But this bite is like all bread.
Let me bite it again.
Okay, thank you.
Next stop, 7th Avenue and 18th Street. Fearful, please exit through the rear door.
Damn. I think there's nothing left here.
But why am I still starving?
No, why is my skin so good today? Just wanted what I gave you. We're going to hang out with some friends later, and like I just don't have the energy to work right now. A 9 to 5. I want to go drink with my girls. Too cool, too cool. I'm too cool for you. Don't get emotional, don't.
You know, it's the truth.
I'm too cool for you. You think you're hot, but
You're not. Tell you what you haven't got.
when you walk into the room.
Cheers. Finish your drink.